Hello everybody, Storm here, and welcome back to Stellaris. In the last episode, we did a few things. We got the first battleships built into our navy, and we have several different varieties of battleship. We got some heavy artillery, we got some versatile, multi-purpose battleships. We also have a carrier that we have designed and are building. We also went through much of the general management. We also had an interesting thing where a representative from the Drowner Conservers over here noticed the capabilities of one of our scientists and basically offered her a job. And we accepted, allowed her to go ahead and pursue that opportunity with the Drowners. So that's nice, but that does kind of leave a bit of a job opening here for one of our science ships that we need to get some influence to get a replacement scientist on that ship. Now, interestingly, these guys over here are ring world users, so they live on a ring world as well. So that's nice. They also like us a bit, so that's good. Having friendly fallen empires is not a bad thing. Now, the other thing we did is we supported the independence of the coalition of Vokon from these guys, the Hadispan Consensus. So we might be doing something with them sooner rather than later for a couple reasons. Basically, we're going to war with them to help these guys break away independent, and once these guys break away independent, we will going to try and get them into our federation. And I also want to get a migration treaty with them because their species they are Arctic preference. So, I'm pointing at the screen like you can see me. They are Arctic preference in that list. We have some Arctic planets in some key locations that we cannot colonize because we do not have any pops in our empire that are Arctic preference. Specifically, this planet here. Because if we can colonize that planet, we can get rid of this frontier outpost, which can save us some influence. And we have this planet here, which is also Arctic, which, if we colonize that, we can get rid of this frontier outpost, and we won't have to lose this. Because if we remove this frontier outpost, I tested this already, that even though we have a colony here, we will lose control of this system. There's a lot of resources in that system, and I really don't want to give that up. So, if we can colonize this, that will definitely help. So, that is what I'm thinking. Oh, I have a special project. All my scientists are busy at the moment. We do have a colony ship, which is going over here to colonize this planet, to get some additional pressure over here, and maybe steal some border worlds from these guys. Okay, so this is going to pause it. Let's get things kicking. So, and I think we're out of things to build with our construction fleets. Except we aren't. Look at this. Mining stations, get over there. They have super tensile solids. That is one thing we need. We need super tensile solids for some of our mega structures that we want to build. Oh, actually, this is colonizable. This is a Savannah world, which is colonizable by Narians, if I remember correctly. Indeed it is. And this lets me demonstrate something that I just discovered was in here. Oh, we got starvation. Let me just pause it for a second again. I did not realize this was even here, because one thing from the earlier versions, the base version that initially released, it was kind of a pain in the butt to colonize worlds because you had to What is this? I have no idea what that is. Oh, I think that might be a station that someone was queuing up to build, which they can't anymore. Because you have to find the world, you have to find out what pop can occupy that world, and then you have to go find a pop on one of your many planets that was the right species, and then build that colony ship and then fly to the right world. No more do you actually have to do that, because there is something in here, the expansion planner, which I hadn't noticed before. So we click on this. This is all of the habitable systems that we have surveyed so far in the entire galaxy. And it tells us how much it costs to colonize, what's on there, you know, and everything, you know. So this planet is this right here. You can see that it is a savanna world. And then we can go through here and we can just take a look at all the pops on all of our planets and see if we can find one that has the right numbers. Now, one thing is that when I open these up, it brings me all the way back to the top of the list, which is kind of irritating. Here we go. So, we want to say we want to make a colony ship. What planet is this? Falair. Okay, so that's, yeah, definitely. So we want to say we want to build a colony, we want to colonize, and we can just say, plop it right there. And hit OK. And then that should queue up a colony ship on Falair. Indeed it did. They will build and fly over there and colonize without having to do much. Boom. Very, very nice. Okay, so now we have some starvation we gotta deal with again. This is that urban world. Right. Their spaceport already has orbital hydroponic farms.
Special project complete.
Tales of Yore. Our translation team was surprised to find just how much information was found within the texts found on Cybrxkhan Prime. The long-defunct civilization, though it never left the late Iron Age, appears to have had a storied history, with the cache's contents including artifacts and even some heroes mentioned within these sagas. These sagas tell tales that took place over thousands of years, and according to radiometric dating, occurred hundreds of thousands of years ago, before the sudden and mysterious disappearance of the civilization. Tales of great warriors, brilliant philosophers, and great glittering cities are all found within their leather bindings. Furthermore, expeditions to where the sagas say the greatest cities were located has revealed ruins that are almost perfectly described by the maps. Already, the colonists have begun to take more pride in their world, and the media is caught up in a frenzy of adapting the sagas into movies, books, virtual reality experiences, and even video games. As for the planet itself, things are looking up. Let us praise the pursuit of wisdom. Nice. Migration attraction, physics, society, and engineering output. Very, very good. What I was looking at to try to build here is we need a hypermarket. So let's get that hypermarket built and let's see if that helps things. It should produce 5 food. Requires 5 canned goods. Which I believe we are actually building. Yes, here. We have a cannery that's making 5 food cans. And actually we can go ahead and upgrade that. Let's go ahead and do that. And now we're making 10 food cans.
System survey complete.
So that provides a mechanic whereby we can supposedly transfer food from a food producing planet to a food planet that doesn't have a lot of food on it, which is very good. Alright, system surveys. You know, we keep saying we need... Oh, you guys actually need to get out of there. Science ship. Continue surveying systems. Yeah, I keep saying we need more influence to be able to recruit another scientist, and we keep spending influence. Alright, how does the primary fleet look? A very class. Theseus.
Construction
Thessia.
complete.
Ilium class. Okay, so we do have a carrier in there.
Construction complete. System survey complete.
System survey complete. Oh, we can't reach there. Okay. I wonder if I can resolve that issue. Construction ship. Build me a wormhole station. Science ship. Fly over here and survey. Alright, what is their fleet power? They're inferior to us. Fleet power is equivalent, naval capacity is inferior, technology level is equivalent. I don't know about an equivalent fleet power. I think we need to do something about that. Man, I don't really want to spend much more minerals. Actually, we should be fine, because we have an entire federation behind us. If we just hold off a little bit, all right, and then let our guys, we'll get all together. Oh, they have super tensile solids. Ooh, I actually may want to take one of their planets. Alright, you guys fly over here along with the transports. Let's get staged, enter orbit. Okay. So, we now have a planet being colonized up here. I wonder if that will let me remove, like, their wormhole station there. I should definitely be able to get this planet. Possibly even that planet. It'll take 8 months. You're like 100 influence. Was this? The Themlar civilization went to war with the Cybrxkhan Mandate. Who are these guys? A little tiny civilization nestled in here.
Research
And here's
complete.
Themlar. Ah, research complete. Quicksand basin removal. Habitability plus 5%. That's not bad. End ghost vapor refining. Reveals end ghost vapor. Let's get some of this strategic resource. Alright, so these guys should be over here. Yep, they have queued up some stations. Oh, those are our stations. Ah, okay. Ah! The guy who made the Asari mod actually mentioned to me that he had updated it and actually provided me a nice little fix to prevent a particular issue from happening, which was with our flag. So we've updated that, and now, yeah, he's added models for mining stations, it would appear. Now, what about, so I know that, I think... transport, defense platforms, construction ships? No, the construction ship model hasn't been updated yet. But it looks like the stations have been. I think the stations were just using generic models previously, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong. You'll probably correct me in the comments if I am. Let's see. Independence guaranteed. Boner Consortium is now guaranteed independence of somebody else. I accidentally right-clicked. What about our spaceports? Spaceports?
Special project complete.
Survivors rescued on Budding Dreams. Operatives from the Ascension managed to evacuate several survivors from the crash shuttle on Budding Dreams. The remaining debris was destroyed in a controlled explosion, leaving nothing but a small crater for the natives to find. The nation-state where this incident occurred will no doubt blame its neighbors for this border violation, but the disruption to their natural development should hopefully prove minimal. Okay, so yeah, these are the actual spaceports. Now there should also be like mining stations, right? Yeah, okay. Good. Alright, science ship, the Ascension. What are you going to do? We need to get out, I guess, continuing work on system surveys. Have we surveyed all of these systems? Appears we have. Okay, sorry for the interruption there. It seems that, when I updated my mods, the one mod that has some copyrighted music in it also updated and replaced those music files, so I need to go in there and remove them. So for the time being, I have just killed the music volume in the game, on which, you know, unfortunate, but I don't want to, you know, basically start over with being like 20 minutes into this. Okay. So we'll just have to deal without music for the next 10 minutes or so. Let's see, what were we doing? We were trying to find a system for these guys to work on. We'll just come out to unoccupied territory and run some system surveys. New contact. From a previously unknown spacefaring empire could call themselves the Rust Confederation. They claim to have learned of our existence by listening on the communication of another empire. Interesting. They are xenophiles, they are pacifists, they are spiritualists. Inquisitor Maria Enas and the rest of the religious council bids you greetings. We provide spiritual guidance to the Rust Confederation, and our stated goal is to lead this great nation on a path to salvation. We would be honored if your great species joins us in this journey. We have much to gain from this encounter. Alright, have we gotten that hypermarket built yet? No. It's in the queue, though. Now, another thing that would be really nice to have in this game is an ability to rearrange the build queues. That would be very useful to prioritize a more important building over others. Ooh, and I just bumped my mic. Okay, where's the fleet? Okay, the fleet's in the
Anomaly
system.
found.
Our scientists have found an anomaly. It will require extensive probing. Could garner a substantial find. Go ahead and research it. Alright, looks like our transports are already here. Alright, so we are staged. Let's see. We are currently encouraging allied fleets to follow. That is what we want. Okay. So are we ready to declare this war? I think so. I think so. So let's do it. Let's declare war. We want to liberate the coalition of Vulcan. I would also like one of their planets. Seed the planet. Can we do that? 74 cost, yes. Because then that should give me access to these super tensile solids that I want. Yes. And we will deal with whatever consequences arise on that. So, confirm. We are now at war. Oh. We are actually not quite at war yet. The vote failed. Who voted against the war? Seed planet, yes. And I want to liberate the coalition of Vulcan. Can we say... I really want those super tensile solids. Opponents are going to be these guys. Confederacy of Kel Azak and the Zengen Mandate. Oh. They are allies? Has a defensive pact with these guys and these guys. Who are you? That could definitely get messy. What is your equivalent? Their fleet power is inferior. They are superior. Fleet power is superior. Okay, so actually that's not gonna work.
Construction complete.
I still need someone with Arctic preference. I still need someone with Arctic preference. Taswin? You guys, can we say we want a migration treaty? Free pop migration is not allowed. Okay. We need to find another one. Species. We need Tantan. You guys. Oh, wait a minute. They are a primitive civilization. They are in our border. Well, well, well. That actually might work for us. Get me an observation post.
Colony established. Research complete. System survey complete.
Now, one other thing I wanted to do is I wanted to find some
Construction
pre-sentients. Some pre-sentients that are in our territory. Explosions in the sky. The moon Admendim 5A is the home of a marvel of nature. Giant, colorful explosions appear in the sky, result of the chemical composition of the atmosphere reacting to the sun's gamma rays. Students and senior scientists alike are spreading this find like a wildfire. It has generated quite the spark of interest for the scientific field amongst our people. You guys... Where are you? Not in my territory. Okay. Species. Any other pre-sentients kicking around that I might be able to uplift? You guys? Nope, they're outside my territory. These guys. What about these guys? Oh, they are in my territory. They're over here. Oh, I think we actually finished some research. There we are. 0 point power. That's going to require a lot. Actually, let's get the barrier point defense. We need to upgrade our point defense guns. So, let's go into species. Can I uplift them? The species isn't living on any of our owned planets. A full-fledged palms from Empire. Doing so will allow us to modify the traits. So, we actually need to own the planet. So, we need to colonize it before we can uplift. Okay. Sosas. Charis 3. I definitely have the influence to do that. See, they are tropical preference. I don't think I have anybody in my civilization that's tropical preference. Okay, now that I know that's where they are, I want to get a new scientist for the goddess first. Alright, speaking of scientists, you need to continue your work. So, we will take care of that, and then we'll build up enough influence to build a colony on that planet. And then we'll build a colony on that planet, then we'll uplift that species. Now, alright, so they're coming in to build an observation post. And I think I do need to queue up some more fleet construction. But I am trying to get this prototype ring world, which is going to be expensive. So I need 10,000 energy credits. I need 10,000 minerals. So we'll have to wait till about 12,000, and then we can start building. When we get above 10,000, and then I can start building ships.
System survey complete.
Offer trade deal. Oh, speaking of trade deals, Something I wanted to do. Actually, hold on. Science ship. Continue working on surveys.
Construction complete.
Oh, they just joined a federation. Or they just created a federation. Yep, they're now part of a federation with a Zengan mandate.
Research complete.
Alright, do they no longer have, if I declare war on them... Oh, they no longer have these guys as part of an alliance. Could I do this now? Liberate them. Everybody's on board. And I want to take... Nope, they don't like that. They're on board for this, to liberate the coalition of Vocom. I'm gonna have to think about that a little bit more before I do it. Alright, new research. Atmospheric manipulation, gene crops, space combat, naval capacity plus 10%. Frontier clinic. Let's get the frontier clinic. Okay, so this planet was established. Build a spaceport. And yes, that did let us steal a planet here. Construction ship, get over here, mine that. And we got those, and oh! We now have a planet that needs to be surveyed. Or a system that needs to be surveyed. Perfect. Okay.
Research complete. Alien vessel. Situation log
We've
updated.
encountered some form of alien vessels. They are being played as the United Unidar Holdings. Can't believe we are still encountering new civilizations. Ah, advanced railguns, new research. Okay, we want military station health. We need to start working on military stations. Speep space installations. Unlocks fortresses. Sentinel defense system E-class. Gauss cannons. Deep core mining. Kinetic batteries. I say we take this. 55 months, but that's fine. Because the only defense station we have is these. Defense platforms. Defense stations. These are bigger. Yeah, we want to get those bigger defense stations, and we need to start building those. So we got plenty of surplus energy credits that we can definitely support some defense forces. Especially now that we're going to be probably declaring some much larger wars. We want to be a little bit more prepared for it.
Construction complete.
Ah, we finished that observation outpost here. Now, they are Steam Age. No, we do not have unrestricted native studies. Now, if we technologically enlighten them, it'll be a while before we can integrate them, but...
Updated.
Oh, we encountered some more alien vessels. The Shark Confederacy. Oh, and we have a science ship available. I think. Science ship, science ship, science ship. Construction ship. Alright, well, what we're going to do, we're going to end this episode here. We'll continue our work when we come back. See if we can get these guys integrated. Let's see, what does that actually cost me? Yeah, we could definitely do it. Get them integrated. And then maybe get some new colonies built. Alright, well, hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.